Okay, we're back, and on this segment we have Shari Griggs with Partnering for Pets and Jean Letcher, got it right, with Tulsa Animal Welfare. It's good to have you gals here.
Thank you.
Let's break down the two groups. First of all, Shari, tell me about it.
Well, Partnering for Pets was originally put together in order to help the shelters because, we have people all the time that come and say, oh, I found a kitten or found a dog or I don't want my cat or dog anymore. So they already have a voice in that person to help find them a home. So our mission is really to help the shelter in terms of, when they get to the shelter, they usually don't have a voice or anybody to speak for them and try to get them adopted, although they do an excellent job with their counselors,
Sure.
Adoptions and stuff, but that's what we're all about.
Do you have many on hand right now?
Usually we operate out of a PetSmart, but we don't have a facility, so that we don't have paid staff or any kind of paid employees, so we're all volunteer. We show our animals at the PetSmart in Broken Arrow, and then we also have fosters that take in some of the kitties that need help. Occasionally we'll take in a few from the shelter that have broken legs or they need some extra help or medical stuff that may not be able to be addressed right there at the shelter. So,
But yours is a situation that you guys got to go out and beat the drum for the dollar, don't you? I mean, you have to find help.
we are donation based, yes.
Yeah. Okay. And you, on the other hand,
We are a department of the City of Tulsa.
City of Tulsa.
So we're funded by the sales tax for operations, and we take in anywhere between 9,000 and 9,500 animals a year. That's mostly cats and dogs, some livestock, some if you're looking for hamsters, I've got hamsters right now. We get bunnies, guinea pigs, chickens, any animal that you'd find in someone's backyard, we've had at some point.
a sidebar that popped in my head yesterday. Of course, we're taping this, so you won't see it yet for a week or so. But yesterday at our church, they had a blessing of the animals.
Yes.
And somebody came in with a chicken, which I thought, that's cool.
Some people have them as pets. They're not just livestock. Yeah.
Oh boy, preachers, I tell you, they got to put up with a lot. Anyway, let's just imagine, if we could for a moment, both of your groups were eliminated. What would the city be like?
Wow. We would be truly overrun with unwanted pets, stray pets, and the quality of life for those animals would be much degraded. Those 9,000, 9,500 that we take in a year, that is both animals that we have found stray, running at large, and also people who have, for one reason or another, whether it's a move, life event, can no longer take care of their animal and turn that animal over to us to try and find a new home. Without us as a safety net, then there would be certainly more animals that were left to their own devices and would suffer because of it.
I'm assuming both organizations, even though you're part of the city, both organizations would welcome any donations of cat food, dog food, that sort of thing.
Actually, we use, they definitely do take donations, but for the city, it is very important for us to maintain a very consistent diet for our animals while they're with us. So we do purchase our food. Any donations that we get go to a program that we have called Feeding the Pets of Tulsa's Homeless. And that is a program where our animal control officers are out in the community distributing food, because we know that there are people who will see that their pets are fed before even themselves.
I've noticed a lot of homeless folk appear to have
They
a
do.
dog.
They find them, they keep them. For some people, that pet is the reason they get up in the morning. And so we're trying to make sure that their pet is taken care of so that that's not something they have to worry about when they're trying to get their own lives, either back together or they're trying to live on the street.
We have been hit with a lot of video in the last couple of years of tragedy here, tragedy there, flooding, fires, tornadoes and the like. And we have seen an outpouring of people stepping up, taking care of horses, taking care of dogs, cats, whatnot. Have we had to undergo the same sort of thing in this part of the country?
We have, between forest fires in the past, this year with the flooding that took place in northeast Oklahoma, Tulsa Animal Welfare, along with the help of the Humane Society of Tulsa and several national organizations, also supported a temporary shelter that had over 200 animals in it during the May floods for people who were who were either displaced or were evacuated. They could not go to shelters and bring their pets, so they brought their pets to us. And then a great majority of those pets were returned after that. So that type of temporary housing is often required, whether it's forest fire, flooding, hurricane, and efforts not only to take care of those animals, but we worked with national organizations to move adoptable animals out of our shelter so that we could accommodate any incoming animals.
You know, I would assume, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you get virtually anything on 4, 5, 6 legs coming through the door.
We do. As an open admission shelter, we accept any animal from inside the city of Tulsa limits.
But you, on the other hand, are pretty well limited, aren't you, as to what you can take?
We are, and you know, you bring up a really good point because we get a lot of people that kind of criticize the shelter for, oh, they euthanize and everything, but they don't stop to consider the fact that there's only X amount of room. So it's not that they want to have to put animals down. So they don't have a choice, whereas the rescues like myself and other rescues, we have the luxury of, you know, I'm sorry, we're full.
You can turn them away.
Right. So that is something that the sad part of their job is that people don't seem to realize that they don't have a choice.
You know, I don't know why this comes to mind. My granddaddy used to tell me, if you're driving down the freeway or a highway in Oklahoma and you see a dead skunk struck by a car, you go a little further, there's another skunk, and then another skunk. And he said, these things run in cycles. Sometimes it's armadillos, sometimes it's, you know, possum or whatnot. Do you see folk coming in with all dogs and then all cats and then all chickens or all alligators? Does it ever follow a pattern like that?
We will sometimes get a pattern of breeds we've never sat down and pulled the data, though we could do that. It'll feel like in the last 6 weeks we've had a huge number of German Shepherds come in, or another period when we seem to get a lot of beagles in. So we tend to see that more in dog breeds, not specifically dogs. We usually take that split is usually 60% dogs, 37% cats, 3% other.
We're out of
over
time,
a year.
and I'm sorry.
That's
I wish we
okay.
had more time to talk, and we're going to get some video and have you back.
And
to
we'll bring some of our residents.
That
at the
would be
time.
good.
Yeah.
Let them run around here a little bit. That's all the time we have for this edition of Perspectives. We'll see you again next time. Thanks for joining us. Take care.